I heard an old school builder once say 20 wheelbarrows of concrete is a cubic meter. I wanted to find out, is this actually true? And on top of this, I'll tell you what concrete is made of, why we use it as builders, and we'll get right in and mix some up. Let's get stuck in. You might be building a deck, fence, or concrete foundation. Whether you're doing it by hand or the concrete truck, you're gonna need to work out volume. Don't worry, it's super simple, and I've got a couple of visuals to help you out. I'm Josh, a qualified builder, and I've teamed up with BCITO to better explain the building process. In this lesson, we'll discuss concrete volumes, quantities, and transportation. This relates to concrete floors 1.3 to 1.6. Let's get into it. Watch this trick. Get that on camera? How's that for a bunny hop? We should do a wheelbarrow license. So let's establish a few quantities first. The most common one you're going to be using on site is the wheelbarrow. This one has just dumped a load of concrete. So what does that look like in terms of quantity? Here's one I prepared earlier. This is approximately 1/20th of a cubic meter. It is 500 mils wide, 0.5, 1 meter long, and it is 100 mils. So this wheelbarrow ends up being 1/20th of a cubic meter, or that is also 0.05. It's like a nice big slab, a concrete slab. That's 1/20th, 0.05 of a cube. We're going to talk about super simple maths formulas. Now I know a lot of you might have struggled with maths at school, but don't worry, it's super simple. Area is all about surface, so just think it is two-dimensional. Area is all about length times width. So here we have 500 mils times 500 mils. That is a quarter of a square meter. Now volume is similar. Think about that as your starting point. If that is a quarter of a square meter, this is a quarter of a cubic meter. So see this here starts with that. Area is all about surface, the top layer, whereas volume is all about how much liquid can I get in here. If this thing was a swimming pool or a bath, how many liters of water would end up in here? And so this is 500 mils times 500 mils. To work out volume, you always start with your area. We've still got 500 mils times 500 mils, so we add a third formula and we times it by its depth to get volume. So 0.5 times 0.5 equals 0.25 times 1 meter equals 0.25 of a cubic meter. So this here would also equal 5 of these. So if that was quarter of a square meter and quarter of a cube, we now have half of a square meter, and it starts to get bigger. We have half of a cubic meter. Check out that. So here is the area, again, the length times the width, and here is the same measurement, but with 1 meter attached. Half a square meter, half a cubic meter. Yo, if you're loving these updates, can I ask you just to go ahead and click subscribe? Honestly, it really does encourage us to keep doing this. So we're gonna mock it up here. Before we do that, we need to go and get the builder's mix because we're gonna make the concrete ourselves. Let's go. Builder's mix.
Question for the boss man.
Oh yeah, sweet. We should ask him. So I've just popped down to the yard, Whakatiki Concrete and Soil, shout out. Been using these guys for ages. And we're gonna get 1 cube of builder's mix, and then we're gonna get a couple of bags of cement, and we're gonna show you how to turn this stuff and that and water into concrete. But first, we need to load up. So a real easy way here is that 1 scoop equals half a cube. So I'm getting 2 scoops, and my trailer's rated for it, so we're all good. Cool, man. On the back of the bags, it's got a handy little guide to tell you how much you need for a cube. We're going to base it on foundation walls, and so we're going to do 1 part cement, 5 parts mix. Which means we need 8 bags. Apparently, we'll measure up. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you back a trailer. Maybe we should do a how to back a trailer series for you. One of the best things about mixing concrete off the back of a trailer is usually you can get it right near the spot where you want to work. So my rule of thumb is if it's under 1 cube, you mix it by hand. And if it's over a cube, you get a truck in. But sometimes slow and steady wins the race, and it's better to do a couple of holes at a time. And instead of like this rush, and, you know, I've been caught out so many times where you drill all these holes and then it rains and then they all fill up with water. Like, it seems faster, but it actually is like 5 steps backwards. Concrete is basically 4 ingredients, and it has been those 4 ingredients since the beginning of time. A standard mix would be 5 parts builder's mix to 1 part cement. Builder's mix is just a sand and aggregate, stones, and then cement has gone through a kiln to turn it into this, and then all we do is add water. Want to know more about the building process? You're in the right place, because Nicole and I know loads. It doesn't have to be scary. We've learnt a lot along the way. Sign up to the form below and we'll give you our top tips on kicking off your new build. For this, I'll need gloves and a pair of safety glasses. Trust me, you do not want to get concrete splatter in your eyes. Concrete is, from what I understand, is super alkaline. It can burn you, as well as burning you, it just dries your skin out. It's also not good for the environment, so not only should you not get it on your skin, you shouldn't get it down any waterways. So that's probably concrete tip number 1. Think about where it's coming from, but also think about where your cleanup's going, where your spillage is going. And here's a trailer load of builder's mix I prepared earlier. Let's fire up this bad boy. This mix has served me well for about 6 years now. Little bit dented, but it does the job. Where's the on button? We have different mixes. Concrete has different strengths, different MPAs. Now, that's not an official guide because you can only get a structurally strong concrete mix at the plant. But we're going to follow the foundations and wall mix, which is 5 parts builder's mix to 1 part cement. First thing I like to do is give the bowl a little bit of a spray. Now, the trick here with the water is that it is always easier to add more, and it's way harder to dry out a mix than it is to add a little bit of more water. And think of this like a glorified icing machine. It's kind of like if you've ever done baking with your mum or dad, it's like making icing for a cake. It's more than acceptable to just do a shovel load at a time, because I want to see how much we can get in this wheelbarrow. I'm going to do the first load by bucket. I wonder if we are outdoors, but it is good practice, especially with cement. It's not good for your lungs. It would be good practice to wear one of these bad boys. This is the stuff that you don't want to be breathing in. It's super important you follow the ratios, including the water. If you over or under apply, it's not only going to affect the final look, but it's going to affect the structural integrity of it. those things I always do is set up my next batch now, just spraying this out so that while I pour this, it's good to go. Over here we've made a couple of forms. So this here represents 1/20th of concrete. Let's see if the age-old rule of 20 wheelbarrows to 1 cubic metre works. But first let's get it set. So I reckon it's not quite. Oh, it'll be close. So, not quite, just juice is all you need. So 1 barrow doesn't quite fill that up. We can either try and fill the next one up a little bit more. So that's 60 litres of product. 60 litres of product, almost at a 20th.
It should be good for this one. Huh? Bit more water, I reckon. Yep. So you vibrate it to get the air bubbles out and let it seep past all the bars and all the way into the corner, so you'll watch it when I vibrate it, it almost turns back to liquid. You lose all your strength if you don't vibrate it. Just trying to level it out a bit for when we put our next couple of shovel full of concrete in there. Breathe. Knock that out and see how that looks. That's where we're short, so we'll probably need 7 in this one. Huh? Probably need 7 in this one. do why we vibrate it again.
Yeah.
I'll pull some out of the corner.
Yeah.
And then vibrate it so you can see it flowing into the corner.
Oh yeah, get that. Muck a bit of this up.
So the reason we vibrate the concrete is so it can flow into the spots that it doesn't, and it gets all the air bubbles out. So now we'll give it a vibrate now. And
That might be too watery. Fuck me.
When you need to pull it in.